So we're going to now define each of your dominant doshas. Okay. Vata dosha, again, raise your hand if you are strong in Vata dosha, means column 1. So a lot of you here are dominant. These are the qualities that define the elements with which you are made up of. Okay. Dry, light, cold, rough, subtle, mobile, clear. Remember, because you're dominant in air and ether. So let's talk about what this means. So the dryness, when we say dry, that means that that dryness is in your body. It's going to express itself in your skin, your hair, lips. You may have a dry tongue, dry colon. That's why there's a tendency towards constipation if you eat the wrong foods. It may even affect your voice, and as you age, your voice is getting hoarse. You can see mine is as I'm aging, because I have the attributes of Vata. Light, okay, light muscles, light bones, thin body frame. It means you may also sleep light. You easily wake up to sounds. Cold hands, because Vata doesn't have the circulation that the others do as good, cold feet. Vata people generally don't like the cold. If you tell them to go to Iceland, it doesn't matter how cheap the airfare is. Would you all go to Iceland? These are my Vatas over here with a big coat. Rough, again, rough and dry are similar. Subtle, air is subtle, and so the qualities in Vata, subtle fear, subtle anxiety, subtle insecurities, always there. They're mobile, okay? So Vata people are the ones who talk fast, they walk fast, they're multitasking all the time. They can't sit still. If you ask a Vata person to sit for an hour and do nothing, it's like a prison sentence. Their moods change, their decisions change. One day they love this, one day they love that. They have racing thoughts a lot. Vata people, though, also have clarity. Okay, so they learn things quickly, but they also forget quickly. So now if you're blaming your husband that he forgot your wedding anniversary, if he's Vata type, you can excuse him. Vata people are generally imaginative. They're artistic. That's their strength. Now they may be in an IT job or a science job. They may do well. But really what they're best in is when they're allowed to use their creative potential. They have great imaginations. They are also highly spiritual people, often. So our Vatas, out of the 3 doshas, they do tend to be our creative, artistic, and our spiritual people. Now let's talk about the Pitta dosha. Remember Pitta's element, I told you to remember fire. Hot, sharp, light, oily, liquid, spreading, pungent. So let's think about the hot quality in Pittas. They have strong digestion, strong appetites, they have higher body temperature, they dislike the heat. A Pitta person would not like to be in Madras or in Chennai in the summer. That is the worst vacation for them. They don't like the heat, they don't do well in the heat. They generally have fine, soft hair, maybe early graying or early balding, and they tend to easily sunburn. They'll burn faster than others. Sharp, they have sharp eyes, sharp noses, their characteristics. They have very nice, strong features, tapered chin. They also have a sharp memory and a sharp intellect. And because they tend to feel sharp, they tend to feel smarter than others, they also get irritated and impatient very easily. Light also defines a Pitta person. So they tend to have fairer skin, not always, but they also tend to freckle on their skin. They'll get freckles, they may have skin marks, they may have skin rashes. They'll have bright eyes, proportioned body frame. Oily also defines them, so oily skin, oil in the feces, and they get aggravated with oily foods. A Pitta person cannot tolerate foods that are fried or oily. Even if they eat it, they will tend to get some type of acid reflux. Pitta people will have excess sweat. Have you ever seen a person in your office, everybody's normal and they're just sweating, perspiring a lot? That's a typical Pitta quality. Excessive sweat, excessive urine, they feel thirsty a lot. They tend to have looser stools when they're aggravated. You know, a Vata person won't suffer from that very much, but a Pitta person will. If they're under a lot of stress, it will show in their digestion. So this is my favorite one, spreading, because I tease Pitta people that they like to spread their name and fame. They like to have challenges in life. They like to be leaders. But also, think of inflammation. Inflammation also spreads. So Pitta people will tend to develop inflammation when they have an imbalance. Acne, they're very acne prone, either through teenage years or maybe even later in life. Rashes, all kinds of skin problems, burning sensations in their skin, they may get hot, and also feelings of anger or hate when they are faced with a difficult situation. Pitta people have redness in their skin. Even if they're of darker complexion, they'll feel the redness in their skin. They'll have red lips, red eyes sometimes, skin red. So Pittas tend to become leaders, managers, CEOs due to their highly analytical minds, and they're very passionate people. They like a challenge, they have to be driven. So if you put a Pitta person in a boring desk job, they'll hate their life, they'll become miserable and very irritated.
Do you mind switching back to the first Pitta slide?
First slide. So it's important to pay attention to these, even if it doesn't define you, because there might be someone in your family that has some of these attributes and it's finally answering the questions that you have. Like growing up in my house, being a Vata person, I hated the cold. So when it was around 70 degrees, there was an argument that, do we open the windows or do we turn on the air conditioning? Because my mom was always, she's a strong Pitta person, so she would always feel hot. So she would want the AC on and I would always feel cold. So what I would do, I would go in my room, I'd put something underneath the door and I would open all my windows so that I could go somewhere in the house and feel the warmth. So I didn't like the air condition. So this may explain why certain people in your family have these traits. Let's go on to the Kapha person. How many people in the audience are Kapha strong? Okay, good. So I have my Kapha people up here towards the front, and next I'll turn to all of you. Heavy, slow, cool, oily, damp, dense, soft, viscous. Remember the earth quality that our Kaphas are dominant in. So Kapha people are born naturally with large bones. They're more heavy set. They tend to keep weight on them. Whereas Vatas will burn really fast, Kaphas tend to burn slowly. They're more grounded people. Slow, they walk slower, they talk slower, they have slower digestion, slower movement. The cool also defines the earth. So Kaphas will have cool skin, not hot like Pitta people, and they tend to get repeated colds and congestions. Oily also defines them. Damp, so Kapha people don't like dampness, damp, rainy weather, because it creates congestion in their chest, in their sinuses, in the head region. Dense defines the earth, right? So they have dense pad of fat, thick skin, thick hair and nails. Soft also defines the earth. So Kapha people are soft by nature too. They're soft-hearted people. They're very pleasing, loving, caring, compassionate. It's very difficult to upset a Kapha person. They're not going to react very aggressively. Viscous, Kapha people tend to get attached to things. They'll get attached to their home, their jobs, people. They have sweet personalities because they are defined by sweet, and they also love to eat sweets. And of all the doshas, the Kaphas tend to be the most compassionate, loving, and loyal people. So here I have on stage our strongly dominant dosha types. This is my Vata.